Hello and welcome to F1 Central, the destination for all F1 news. To support us, you can subscribe or comment to help with the algorithm. We would greatly appreciate it. The journey of Fred Vasseur, from sleeping in a truck to leading Ferrari. Frederic Vasseur, known to the racing world as Fred, is one of the most recognizable faces on the F1 paddock. He is most well known today for becoming the new team principal of the most successful and prestigious outfit in the history of the sport, Scuderia Ferrari. The last Frenchman who held the reins at Ferrari in a team principal role was, of course, Todt, and he, along with Michael Schumacher and Brawn, captained the team to 5 constructors and drivers championships in a row, a record only broken by Mercedes in recent years. So who is this man that just became head of the most important and most influential team in the history of our beloved sport, sleeping in a truck? Fred started his journey in racing when he was just 26 years old, when he got a job at the ASM Formula 3 team and enrolled in the prestigious French ESTACA engineering school. Having been one of its best students and at the same time working as a race engineer for the ASM F3 team was not an easy task. Vasseur admits he slept in the team's truck for 2 years while attending university and racetrack simultaneously. In 1996, after he graduated from university, the team owner and principal decided to pursue rally cars instead, and Frank was left as the sole owner of ASM. ASM under Frank was a great team straight off the bat, as Frank's ability as an engineer as well as his ability as a team leader and an eye for talent made themselves apparent. The team won its first French F3 championship just 2 years after its founding in 1998 with David Salas. In 2003, the French F3 championship merged with the German championship and gave birth to the Formula 3 Euro Series. The timing could not have been more perfect as the Mercedes engines arrived in the series that same year. The team did not take long to win another championship. This time, Jamie Green lifted the second ever F3 Euro trophy, and ASM were crowned champions once again. A step up. In 2004, after successful years managing ASM in the GP3 category and another championship title under his belt, Frank was hungry and ready for more. In 2004, Nicolas Todt, the son of the before-mentioned Jean Todt and manager of some of the best drivers ever, including Felipe Massa and currently Charles Leclerc, approached Fred and offered the funds to create a team in the GP2 category. The name ASM would be dropped and replaced with the now prestigious ART. In its first year, the ART won its first GP2 championship, headed by none other than Nico Rosberg. And 2 years later, one of the best things to ever happen in motorsport would occur on Frank's watch as he persuaded McLaren to let a young and scrappy driver by the name of Lewis Hamilton race for him at ART. That year, in 2006, Lewis managed 15 victories from 20 races. Suffice to say, he easily won the European GP2 championship and historically made his move up to F1 Manager of Champions. The Mercedes duo of Lewis and Nico weren't the only future F1 drivers to pass through the ART team, even though they did cement the team's status as the best team for young drivers who want to get into F1 to be it. A grand total of 20 drivers passed through ART on their way to F1, and 10 of them managed to, in their time there, claim the GP2 or as it is now known F2 title. The list includes the likes of Sebastian Vettel, Charles Leclerc, George Russell, Nico Hülkenberg, and many other famous names in the world of racing. The list itself could be a starting grid for a Formula 1 race. Renault calling. In 2016, after a decade managing ART racing, Fred gets an offer that would change his life. Renault, a team every Frenchman cheers for, offered him a place in their new team as racing director, and a few months later he becomes team principal. He managed the team well in the 2016, scoring its first 8 points after the return and helping them finish in 9th, ahead of Sauber and MRT. His biggest coup during his time at Renault was convincing probably the greatest driver to never win a race, Nico Hülkenberg, to join the team and leave Force India, who had finished 4th in that year's championship, only behind the Big Three. All in all, Renault was on an upwards trajectory under Fred's management, and everyone was excited to see where the team would go next. It came as a shock then that Fred resigned from his role before the 2017 season, citing a difference of opinion on the team's trajectory, and joined Sauber. The Sauber years. After his shock move to Sauber, Frank immediately made changes to the team. The first thing he did was cancel the team's contract with Honda for the upcoming season, instead continuing with Ferrari. This was due to the fact that Sauber itself did not have enough resources to develop their own gearbox, and they would become the only team on the grid running on Honda engines, which means they could not properly get a gauge on their performance. The Ferrari partnership proved to be one of the best things for the team, as it enabled Alfa Romeo to sponsor and eventually take stake in the team, and more importantly, it enabled the coming of Charles Leclerc, and later Kimi Räikkönen and Antonio Giovinazzi into the fold. Vasseur managed the team very well through his years, consistently finishing in the points and securing 8th place in the constructors for 2 years running. Their highest finish came in 2022 as the team finished 6th with the help of new signing Valtteri Bottas. Pinnacle of pinnacles. If F1 is the pinnacle of motorsport, Ferrari is the pinnacle of the pinnacle, the most prestigious job you can get. So, now the question remains, how will he fare in this new role? Will he replicate the success of Jean Todt? Or will he be another one on the list of ex-Ferrari team principals that failed to get the job done and bring the title home to Maranello? What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. And if you liked this video and want to see more, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to F1 Central so you don't miss any more updates from the world of fun.